He is an award-winning actor and comedian known for getting laughs on television and film. Shaun Majumder is now taking his talent to the stage across Ontario and the Maritimes with his stand-up tour called The Hate Tour. And here to tell us more is Shaun Majumder. Shaun, that is a pretty pointed name for a tour.
Hate.
Hate. That's the theme of the show.
The theme of the show is hate, and it was inspired by, my time on 22 Minutes. I was blown away by how much true hate is out there in the world. I'm a Newfoundlander, naive and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
You get a big smile out there. When I think of you with a smile.
That's right, all happy But you know what, man? We did this video called Beige Power, which was kind of a tipping of our hat to the fact that, during the 2016 election, everybody was saying that Donald Trump was a racist, he was a Nazi.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, really? And so we did this thing, called Beige Power, and the internet went crazy, and they came out and they were slamming like death threats. And I was like, this is a joke, right? Like, you're accusing me of white genocide. Yeah. I'm like, I'm from Newfoundland. Yeah. Like, why do you hate white people so much? So I was having fun on Twitter, throwing stuff back. But the more it came, the more I was like, dude, I got to get on stage and talk about this.
So there was a tipping point. At one point you said, I can actually make an entire show about this. Because that was not your history with the stand-up.
No, before, and I still love that, but I feel like right now is a good time to talk about some issues that I feel like a lot of people are talking about, and that is, racism and hate, and you can't really believe that it's happening, and the other thing is you look in the United States, you go, oh, that's all in the United States. But in my show, I play back video. I show that Canada is just as guilty in many ways. And so, we attack it from all angles.
So you're attacking from all angles, but are you coming from, are you coming from an optimistic place? Are you hoping that we can come out the other end of this better people? Yeah.
You have to. And I want to, the beginning of my show, I really go there with talking about all the horrible things. And you go through this thing, and it's in a funny way. I mean, obviously, it's a comedy show. But in the end, it's about, let's let love lead the way. And humanity is not, this is a weird time for, I think, a lot of people. But, we need to shine the light on it, but then remind people that, people in general, we all have good hearts, we all have good intentions, but I think it's a weird time. It just feels like an odd time, and people feel so divided and so, taking their stance and what they believe. But the fact that white supremacy and, bigotry has now become a little bit mainstream, when you have, a congressman who's asking the question legitimately in an interview, what's wrong with white supremacists?
Yeah.
Why can't I have the... It's like...
Yeah, we gotta talk about
that's normalized now. So I think it's a good time, and I go there, but again, it is through my own kind of lens, and it's funny. It is funny. You have to shine. That's the power of humor and the power of stand-up.
But you're one of these performers that everyone, no matter where you are, whether you're at mic on a stage or on TV or on film, people want to see what you're going to say next. And for the longest time, we could depend on turning on television, seeing you on this hour, and you had great success on that show.
Loved
you parted ways last year.
Yep.
What happened, and where are you at in terms of your relationship with those people?
Relationship was great.
Good.
I love all the cast, the people. My differences that I had was with the creative producers on the show, and I just felt like it's kind of like in this world where, I feel like 22 Minutes should always be a show that pushes the boundaries, that really is not afraid to say things that, it's a satire show. But we were getting to a place where I think people were feeling a little bit like, we don't want to upset the social justice warriors. We don't, and I would push back on that a little bit, and then I made some suggestions, and they didn't like it. So, here we are. It was a great run, and I'm
17
so
years,
happy.
Man.
And in fact, in my tour, I find out from the source. I actually Skype myself, and I asked myself some very tough questions about what really happened. Was he fired? Did he retire? Yeah. So that's the opening of my show. Great. We get right to it.
Well, in Toronto, the tour stop is February 24th. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for allowing your morning to be my morning.
There we go. And for more information on Shaun's tour dates, you can check out yourmorning.ca.